Hello my amazing family, welcome back to the channel. My name is Meekness, and in this video I'm going to be doing my C-section Q&A. So in case you don't know me, I am a mom of two and I've had two C-sections, and in this video I'm just going to be discussing some questions I've gotten from friends, family, relations and all that's around me. So the first question, which is not like the direct question I've usually gotten, but it is me rephrasing the question, is am I ashamed of having a C-section? First of all, I wouldn't say ashamed, it's more like a regret. I've always believed that for my first CS, I did not merit it. Not like merit it, like for my first C sections, I wouldn't have gone through it. And it was because I went through the first C section that I had too much fears that pushed me into having the second C section. So what am I saying? It's more like I regretted having my first C section, but after everything, I was glad I did because I saw the benefits at the end of the day. So for my first pregnancy, I had BP, which is like a preeclampsia. So my BP was around 140 all over 100. And before I went to the hospital, the midwife of the maternity care where I usually visit told me that I shouldn't go, I should stay back and wait for my term to be complete. So but I was too scared because my younger sister lost her baby. So I went to a bigger hospital. When I got to the bigger hospital, they refused to let me go. They just asked me to stay back and get induced because my BP was really rising. And then if I leave my BP to rise above normal, that I might get into trouble. So because of that, I just agreed to having a first CS. Whenever I think of that, sometimes I feel like, okay, I shouldn't have had a first C-section if I had listened to this midwife. But at the end of the day, God be praised that I had it, because when I finished having my baby, I was having serious seizure, I was having serious shock and all that. And I was wondering, if I had really gone through labor, would this have been possible? Would it have been not? So I don't know what to compare that to, but I just know that at the end of the day, God is faithful. If He allowed it, He allowed it for a reason. So for my second CS, am I ashamed of it? Not really ashamed of it, but I regret having it. I won't say, okay, I will literally say I regretted having it, because I felt like if I had waited more, maybe, just maybe, the baby would have come out on his own. The second question is, will you opt for a third CS? Will you opt for a third CS? So like, this question was coming from a neighbor. Like, if you want to have another baby, will you consider going for a third CS, or will you consider a VBAC? But for me, if you ask me, I would still want a VBAC, because there is nothing better than having your baby the way God has designed you to have your baby. I'll still want a VBAC, but fear, I don't know if fear will allow me. But at this point of my life, I'm not even thinking of a third baby yet. I don't think I want to think of having another baby right now. But even if I'm having another baby, I would still want a VBAC. I would still want to go through VBAC, considering how safe it will be for me at that point. The third question is, how long did it take you to heal? This healing process is something that can take like the whole of this video. How long did it take me to heal is something I can't explain. So for my first CS, I knew what was happening. When my first inducement failed, the second failed, the third failed. So they were like trying to pressure me, like, your baby is not breathing well. But I knew everything was fine, sharp. But just because I was scared, I'm like, okay, you people should just do CS for me. I even used my mouth to request for it. And when I told them do CS, I don't want to hear story. My sister just lost her baby, and I too will not be a victim. So at that process, I was literally aware of what was happening. So when I first had that CS, I felt like the whole power in my or the whole power I had were in my stomach. And before I could stand up from my bed, I would need like people to hold me up. But I was doing my best. So I would feel like anytime I want to stand up, my stomach is going to pour out. That first CS, it took me really long time to be able to stand up on my own. But for that first week, I could walk, I could just act normal. People didn't even know I had CS because I was active and I was okay. So if I lie down, standing up becomes my greatest problem. And if I walk for long, I feel weak, I feel tired. Like, for that one, I had loads of pain relief, loads and loads of pain relief. So even the pain relief were really helping me. But if I walk, I still feel like I still have stress on me. Remember when my baby was 6 weeks old, I took him to hospital alone. When I came back, I had so much backache. Everywhere was aching me, even with the pain relief. So for my first CS, I had a lot of pain. And then this second one, I could say the healing was faster, but the pain did not go away. So for the first one, the pain went away because I had a lot of pain relief, both injection, insertion, tablets, and all that. They were just pumping it on me. But for this second one, before they even gave me the first pain relief, I had to cry and request for it. So this one, I didn't have much pain relief, but the healing was faster. I could stand up in less than 8 hours after the CS. I could carry my baby. I could fend for my baby. I could lying down was not really like as much stress as it was for me the first CS. And the healing for this one was quick, but the pain did not go away. So even with the pain, I was okay. Even till now, I still feel like a little pressure, like a little kind of pain down my stomach, not on the wound area but around my stomach area. So but I don't know if this is the CS pain or just a normal pain. So I still feel pain now, but for that first one I had loads of pain relief, and I was not able to start activity earlier like I started with this one. How is the scar? So the scar is okay. For the first CS, like I'm trying to do like a compare and contrast. The first CS, the scar was not, it was just as if they used thread to sew it round, and for the second one it was as if they glued it. Another question that I get again is it the same spot? So before I thought it was the same spot, but the time I took time to check it, I saw that it's like one is here and the other is here. So the first one was upper, the other one was down, then another one is that your pants can cover the wound. So it's a bikini cut. It's not like a slant cut. Like someone was looking for the scar on my stomach and was like, where is the CS? Where is it? I'm like, sister, it's no longer like that. So the scar is like a bikini scar, and it's like the same area. They cut you the same place, or I don't know if mine was a mistake or something, or it was not the same area. So another question that I usually get, okay, I've already answered it, is the wound on the same area? So it is not on, it is on the same area but not the same wound. I don't know if for others it's the same wound, but for me it is not the same wound. Before I thought it was the same wound until I checked and I saw that it has like one is up, one is below, and it looks as if it's coming together, but it's not the same wound. So how long did you spend in the hospital? So for my first CS, I spent about 5 days in the hospital, and that was because they said I had post eclampsia and I had to be treated. My BP was still high. The down, that is the lower BP, was still at 100, and they say it is risky. I had to literally cry out of the hospital. They had to ask me to sign that if anything happens to me, they won't be held responsible. So but for this second one, I had the CS on Friday night and I got home on Monday morning. So Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, Monday morning. So I think I stayed about 2.5 days in the hospital. So it was that quick, and we were able to stand up in less than 8 hours, and we were fine. Another one is, how many CS can one have? I am not a doctor, but I know that, and I think 3 is good, 4 is also good, because I have a lot of people around me that have had 4 CS and they are good. But I don't know if you can do more than that. But the day I was having my CS, the nurse there kept on saying that 5 is the highest you should go, that if you are going for the 6th one you may have complications. That is what the nurse, I mean the doctor, was saying there, but I don't really know. Maybe you can just make your research, but the body is different. But what are you even going for the 6 CS for? What are you cooking soup with? So another question says, how long did it take for you to take care of your baby? So after the CS, for my first CS, I didn't even know what was happening to the baby. I think it took me like a whole day or about half a day for me to notice my baby. For this my second CS, I had only my younger sister with me, and I felt like she was not strong enough to take care of a baby. So my eyes were open all through. Even at I had the CS by say 10. Say 10. I came out from the theater at say 10, 10:30, and I can't really remember. And by 4 a.m. I was already sitting up to breastfeed my baby. So it was that fast for me. But for my first years, I can't really remember the time. But I know my mom was there, so I didn't even notice whatever happened. I was just sleeping all through. So the stomach after a C-section. So the stomach is pretty normal. So people keep saying that when you have a CS, when you have a C-section, your stomach is likely to stay big. Sister, brother, your stomach is likely to stay big if you have a baby in general, whether CS or not. It just depends on your aftercare. So I made a video about that in this channel, and I'm going to leave the link in the comment section, why your stomach stays big after a C-section. so it is likely to stay big whether you like it or not. And also for the scar is not visible. You can wear a pant to cover it. I'm not even concerned about that because I'm not planning to go naked anytime soon. And even if I'm going to for a pool party or something and I need to wear a bikini, it will still show, and I won't even wear a bikini. So I don't have an issue with the stomach. The stomach staying big. Mine has already gone down to like the normal size of my body. Like if I am fat, I know how big my tummy stays. If I am slim, I know how big my stomach stays. And for now, this CS, the healing was faster for me, and my stomach is already where it should be. So another one is, does the scar bother you? I've already said it doesn't bother me. Another is, how long does it take for the baby to be born? And how long does it take for the baby to be born? This one is just my nosy friend I kept on asking. So for the baby to be born, it doesn't take less than 10 minutes. I don't think it takes longer than that for it to happen. It doesn't take less than 10 to 20 minutes from the time they give you your spinal seizure, from the time they give you the injection to the time they deliver you. I don't think it takes more than 15 minutes because I remember going into the theater at 7:30 p.m. and by 8:15 everything was done. Baby was out. I had my catheter in there. I had my injections, everything in there, and I had a long trouble there. I just had a lot of things inside the theater that took time. Another one is, at what point did you start considering CS? At no point. For this second baby, at no point did I consider CS. It's even for my first baby, at no point. It was just in that hospital that I considered it. Like, okay, should I just do it? Should I not? At no point. I've always considered VBAC. Even for my third pregnancy, if it's going to ever happen, I'm still considering a VBAC. So another one is, how did you get rid of belly fat after C-section? I've always answered this one. I have a video of it in my channel, how I got rid of my belly fat, and I'm still going to do an updated postpartum stomach and show you guys what I look like now. The one I did was for 3 weeks, and now we are almost 3 months, and maybe we are going to be doing 3 months postpartum stomach. So if you want to see something like that, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment in the comment section so that I will know that you really love this. Okay, another question, that this one is from my person, like someone really close to me. She wants to consider going for a CS, and she has been asking me, generally, how did you feel? Should you consider, should you not consider? Like, how did I feel generally? So I felt, for the fact that I did not prepare for a CS, I felt bad, but that does not mean anything. But for the healing process, it was fast. I did not feel bad about that. I was okay. I stood up early. I didn't even know I had CS. Like, it was just very easy for me to stand up to my feet. It was easy for me to walk around. It was like everybody in the world were like, what is wrong with you? They don't know that me, I'm OG already. I've done it before. So what is this one? So it was easy for me to take care of my baby. It was easy for me to just basically do things around. But when I started seeing the scar, and the scar was not pleasing enough, I started feeling bad. So that is how I felt generally. Where it was the scar that got me irritated. The scar was not healing properly, and I was like, I don't like this, I don't want this. And like, at that point, that was where I began to feel bad. But I still feel like CS is risky. But if this is the only option you have, I don't think you should say no. If it is not, then you should still try. I don't think you should say no. And if you're a first time mom and this is like the only option you have, don't go just burning. Don't go thinking you are a jagaban. Don't do something you'll regret at the end of the day. So if CS is the best option for you at this point, then all right guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for always coming back to this channel. Please don't forget to leave a comment in this video. Don't forget to like this video so that the algorithm will see it as something really interesting, and don't forget to share this video to someone who may need it. See you in my next one. Bye.